Hey everybody, Marvin Jackson here with Shannon Cross, Lou Holder. Big victory by the Redskins today over Carolina. What did this victory mean for this team?
You know, I was really impressed by this win because after they got embarrassed versus New Orleans, they really needed something that they could stand behind. I mean, the defense came up big. They held Carolina to under 100 yards rushing. I mean, this is so big. And Norman got an interception, poked the ball out. I mean, they were all over the place, and I was just really impressed. This is really going to help them as they face some of their division rivals.
I would say, will the real Redskins team please stand up? I mean, this is a team that it's Jekyll and Hyde. We don't know what's going to happen from week 1 to week 2 to week 3 to week 4, and that has to do with coaching. So right now the Redskins are on an up. But now we have division games. All the rest of the games, you know, the Green Bay Packers and the Saints, they were not in their division. Division games, and especially division games at home, mean a lot. So this first game coming up against the Dallas Cowboys and then going on the road against the Giants, I think that is what's going to be the telling tale of how this season is going to go.
And the Redskins have not been winning back-to-back.
Right.
They have lost back-to-back, but they don't win back-to-back. And that's something that one of the former Redskins told me after this game. Ricky Irvin said he's afraid because, you know, going against Dallas and they don't win back-to-back games. What do you think, Lou? This is Dallas week. Is this team going to get up again for Dallas?
So my thing is, if you're a professional football player and you're playing in Washington, D.C., if you can't get up for the Dallas game, you have no business being here. So this Washington team, their confidence was shaken after that New Orleans game. New Orleans can make a lot of teams look bad, but a win, you know, against the Dallas Cowboys, really, and back-to-back with Carolina, would really do confidence building for them. So, we talked to a lot of players in the locker room, and they're already motivated because they know how much it means, not only to them, but to this fan base.
And remember, the Dallas Cowboys are better at home. They do not play well on the road. So when they come in here to FedEx, I think that's a W for the Redskins.
Yeah.
Well, what do the Redskins have to do, though, to beat Dallas? What are the things that they have to do well?
They're going to have to shut down the run for sure. Zeke cannot be a factor at all. And luckily, I think offensively, that's one of their issues right now for the Cowboys. I think they really need to figure out how to dial it up because they're going to be in trouble coming in here with this defense.
Right. So I think that the key to victory is they got to turn the ball over. I mean, Josh Norman and what the defense did against Carolina is the blueprint. You got to give your offense some chances. I mean, that was huge. We were waiting to see this defense actually get some turnovers. That's how you're going to win the game against Dallas and any other team in the NFL. You take the ball away, you're going to have a good chance of winning the game.
I also want to see Ryan Kerrigan get a sack. I want to see him get a sack. I mean, we're talking a 3-time Pro Bowler here. I'm ready, and I know the Redskins fans are too.
Sure.
All right, and we talked to some of the players in the locker room. They were saying that Josh Norman had an eye-opener last week.
Oh, yeah.
By being benched for a series and having a lot of people come out and criticize his play. So they were saying that they got behind him this week in practice. And I think that means a lot to this team, too, just being together.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, Norman, when he was in Carolina, he was playing in a similar scheme there, came here, and, you know, he did catch a lot of criticism. He's been targeted several times, and he's not necessarily getting all of those tackles, and some of those resulted in touchdowns. But he dialed it up. He's been focused this week, and they had walkthroughs earlier this week instead of practice, and I think that really helped this time.
Right. You said a couple of things, and you said the words as well, practice. And DJ Swearinger in the locker room was saying the way that this team was practiced was lackadaisical, and they really tuned in practice. They understand that you got to bring it in practice, and I think that is what's going to be something to watch, how they practice from week to week, because a lot of these guys, you know, with these veteran days off and things of that nature, is really making them kind of soft, and I think that's what's happening right now. They got to get to practicing hard so it transforms into the game.
Then they've got another tough division game. New York is not playing well, but you never know.
Yeah.
They might improve, especially with that running game.
But with that weak offensive line, the defense has to take advantage of that, get to Eli and get to him early.
Yeah. Marvin, we've been at many games up in the Meadowlands, and craziness goes on in the Meadowlands. So there's no guarantee of anything going on in the Meadowlands. But what you can have a guarantee is that this fan base against the Dallas Cowboys next Sunday at 4 o'clock is going to be bananas.
All right, and we can also guarantee that we will be back in the studio next week. So tune in to CTV Channel 76 and check us out. I'm Marvin Jackson for Lou Holder and Shannon Cross.